So today I'm going to talk a little bit about germinating seeds. Now I normally use these little Jiffy greenhouses to start my seeds. They're roughly $3.50 for one, and usually they come with the peat pellets. So I got two different peat pellets here. This here is what's currently available. It's the Jiffy 7s, and they fit perfectly in there. Now this is a really old peat pellet. I don't know when these were made. They're Jiffy 9s, and you can see they're a little thicker. They're not quite as round, but these are so old that I have no clue when they were made. So what we're going to do is we're going to soak these for 24 hours. They're normally, if you have a brand new Jiffy 7, you put the water on them, an hour later, you come back, you drain the water off, you're good to go. These are so old and so dried out that I'm going to let them sit for 24 hours in the water. Now, what water are we going to use? I have two glasses here. This is distilled water, and this is standard tap water. Now, I've been told, and I'm trying it, that you should germinate with distilled water. So here I have a TDS 3, which is total dissolved solids. Nice little meter. They're like about $25, but they're quite useful. So you turn it on, and it reads parts per million. Drop it in the distilled water. Give it a little stir. Hit the hold button. And it comes up with 179 parts per million. So now we'll put it into the tap water. Hit the hold button, and it's coming up to 0. So you know what? I am incorrect. I confused my waters. So let's try this again. We'll put that into the distilled water, hit the hold button, and you come up with 0.000 parts per million. So that is nothing but pure water. This is the tap water. Now everybody's tap water is going to be slightly different depending on where you live. So that has 173 parts per million. What's in there? Well, of course you have chlorine that they put in. They have alum that they use to take the solids out of the water. All sorts of stuff. You run off out of the mountains. There's all sorts of stuff in there that we don't really know. So what I've been doing is using the distilled water. We'll just pour that in on top of these guys. Now that's really an insufficient amount because these will absorb a fair bit. So I'm just going to add more. And there we are. Now, as I said, these peat pellets are extremely old. I picked up a box of 1,500 of them at an estate sale. And the person who was living there obviously liked to grow stuff because he had 3 boxes of these sitting there. But I don't know how old they are. So Just put the lid on to keep the moisture in. And that's the start. And we'll be back tomorrow to do some more.